Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I want to review a new show on Netflix that's been around a little bit called the Santa Clarita Diet. And I want to thank my friend Riley Squirrel, otherwise known as Howard Cat on YouTube, for letting me know about these on my thread on BellGab. He put like a whole list of shows that I would like, and a lot of those shows I've already seen, but movies and stuff. Can't remember if someone was that one Fido that that Billy Connolly was in a zombie movie, like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Good movies like that. I've seen those. But he put the Santa Clarita Diet, and that was on Netflix. And I never heard of that one. Because, I mean, it seems like Netflix, in a lot of ways, is focusing on their own TV shows instead of like having like newer movies on there. They still have some new movies on there, but they're focused on their own TV shows. But when they're good, they're good. Like Stranger Things was awesome. It was very awesome. And some other neat shows. Now, what Santa Clarita Diet is a take on the zombie phenomenon, which is never in my wildest years when I was growing up. I loved zombie movies and stuff. It was nowhere near, in like the 70s and 80s, nowhere near as overflooded as it is now. And back in the 90s, there wasn't that many zombie movies. I remember like Cemetery Man and Return of the Living Dead Part 3. And maybe one or two other ones. I didn't remember too many of them being in the 90s. But in the 80s, there were successes. The incredible success of Dawn of the Dead launched a whole bunch of movies for a while. And also Chopper Chicks and Zombie Town, which I don't remember. That Troma movie, that was in the 90s. Well, anyways, I never thought that I would say there are too many zombie things now. What are they going to do to make a difference? I've seen so many zombies I just kind of just pass over as another zombie movie. It's hard to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. There's so many now. And this one, I didn't know exactly if it was a zombie movie or not. I was turning, it was kind of gruesome, and I know Friday, I was at the Edinburgh Taco Bell with Steven, Taylor, and Kylie, and they said that Santa Clarita Diet's pretty good. I know Riley Squirrel told me about it, but it took me a while to get around to seeing it. They said, yeah, you'll be binge watching that in no time, and then I heard like, there's 10 where the way Netflix is they upload a whole season, which is pretty cool. And, each episode's 10 episodes, and each episode's like a half hour long, or a little less than that. It basically revolves around a family of Drew Barrymore, Timothy Olyphant, husband and wife, and their daughter, and they're realtors. Not the daughter, but the husband and wife. And they go show this house, and then she said she wasn't feeling good, and then she starts throwing up. She throws up this, they thought it was an organ, this ball thing, this really ugly ball thing. And she was throwing up all over the place. And then she actually died and came back as a zombie, but it was done in such a different way. And for a while, she was just eating raw meat and stuff like that. And then she couldn't eat that stuff anymore. It was making her sick. And then she found that she likes eating people. And basically, but it's only like people that deserve it and stuff like that. I don't want to give away too much, but the way it's done is so different. And I mean, and after she becomes a zombie, she becomes more energized, more focused, more. She has no filter. She has no more. She works. She lives on impulse. She doesn't have any restraints, and she's more of a wildcat, where she was a little more reserved before all this happened. Buying cars and like just saying her mind and all this other crazy stuff. And there's lots of cameos from different actors. Andy Richter had a small part in there. Patton Oswalt. Seems like Patton Oswalt's in everything nowadays. That guy that played, that was in Reno 911 and was in that lousy remake that's still on CBS of The Odd Couple, which was terrible. Playing Felix, I can't remember his name. And the one thing towards the end, one of the later episodes, they were talking about this one guy they killed, but they didn't kill him good enough, and he was thrown up in a room, and they said, how much violence? And they said that they found this hotel room. They talked to the maid, And the maid, the biggest response I got, I was real surprised. The maid that was the maid in the show The Mick, the Hispanic Puerto Rican lady, was in there too. I was really surprised she was in there. I mean, it's really good. I don't want to give away too much. I don't believe in spoilers. I just want to give you enough to entice you and tell you what I think of the film. A lot's going on in the movie. It's very entertaining. You'll end up binge watching it. I mean, the way it wraps up the first season, I don't know, it leaves a lot of loose ends and stuff like that. It's not like a satisfying wrap-up like Stranger Things was, which was fantastic. But it's really, really good. I want to thank my friend Tim Sands for making a thumbnail. And it was cool because they had... Someone messaged me. Oh, Ryan said something. Wait a second. Wow. Oh, I say, okay. Let me put this right here. Ryan Benitez, I did a review. I'm going to sidetrack this for a second. Said, my friend Todd Sampson, oh, okay, that's how I found out about him. Got a bag of chips one day from the dollar store, and he looked them up, and he found one of your videos on YouTube and shared it with me and Eli. We subscribed and we enjoyed your videos. Very simple, and you review lots of food that isn't gourmet, but the kind of food that you get at your common store. I always think if Todd hadn't gotten those bag of chips and didn't look it up online to find your videos, we would have never met. And Eli and I would have never sent you a package, and we would have never talked at all. I believe things happen for a reason, and this meeting was no coincidence. I just wanted to tell you all that, because I've been going through my mind with a lot of things and how they turn out. For example, that shot in Trombone Part 3 where it pans up and you see that quote on the wall when she only picks up that paper from the ground, that was unintentional, and I thought that it really captured the essence of the story. All the time I was there, I never noticed those words on the wall until that day. That's cool. That's what my friend Ryan Benitez said. I thought I'd mention that in the video. Like I said, like these are all spontaneous. Okay, let me go back to what I was doing. Like I was saying, like, they borrowed different things from some different movies. At least I think they did. You know, they were killing people, and then they found out that they could keep them in the freezer, and they could have, she could eat parts of them and stuff like that. And she would get like the smaller parts. They showed the ear, and they put it in blender and make a smoothie. That was kind of a reference to Captivity. Whenever they had that thing with the eyeballs and thing, and they blended, they made that girl drink it. I think it was an homage to that. And then, like, during the opening credits, they say they have, like, a knife, a fork, and a plate. They say Santa Clarita Diet. They have a drop of blood fall, and it falls right in there. That had to be an homage to Master of the Horror, which started with drops of blood falling on white. Couple other things that they did the Hello Dolly when they realized Dolly, and they said Hello Dolly. That's one of my bad jokes. But I really like the show. I think it's very entertaining. And I can't say enough good things about it. I think it's a really good show. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's like wonderfully ghoulish. And it's like, it gets to the point, like, you know, you get into watching a horror movie, you know, and it goes along in a bizarre way, or a horror comedy, and then it just keeps getting, people getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in trouble. It's like, man, this is getting good. And it was like that. I mean, the way it wrapped up the end of the first season, it wasn't the most satisfying thing, but it's a very entertaining film. I give the Santa Clarita Diet 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I think you will too. So until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion.